Stay hungry, and remember, you the prize. You've been in the game a year, 2, maybe 3 years at the most. You still green. You getting money every day, probably 300, between 3 and 5, maybe. You rolling with a couple other pimps that's done turned out when you turned out, to the game, and you guys buying jewelry, you're buying your little jewelry, you're staying sharp. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But are you making that hoe stay just as sharp or sharper than you while she on that track getting your money? Because one of the important things of this game and being about this game is remembering that you number one, without a doubt. But in order to continue getting your paper, man, you got to make that bitch come first. You got to make her shine every day she on that track. You got to have that bitch so sharp till the mother bitches just envy her. And in their mind, they wondering, damn, my man don't buy that kind of stuff for me. I'm not talking about none of that swap me stuff. I'm talking about dressing her, making her look like she's $1 million hoe. Make her come first. If you make her come first, you're going to get your money and you're going to grow in this game. See, a lot of the young P's, young pimps that come into this game, they start off just thinking about themselves because the money is coming. It's coming to you every day. It's coming fast. Them little twos and fews make you think that you really pimping, but you green, but you're getting money every day. Like I say, them twos and fews. So you think I'm pimping, but you're forgetting about the bitch. Because without her, your job gonna be hard. You got to keep her damn near sharper than you. Because in the end, you gonna win. You gonna not only you done knocked her already, you gonna lock her. You gonna really lock her. She gonna respect and love everything about you. Cause you showing her that it ain't just about you, it's about us. Just say you got a $300 a day hoe. Okay, it really shouldn't be like that. Just say you do. She get 300. You split that in half. You put that 150 away. You put that other 150 in your pocket. You do that for 7 days, just 1 week. You got $1,050. You do that every week for 4 weeks. You got 4,200. And that's with just a $300 broad, a $300 hoe that's green like you. But you're going to make more than that because every day she going to get better. Because every day she on that track, she going to learn a little more about how this game really go. As pimps, we have to put us into them, our knowledge into their head. But when they get to that track, they're going to learn a whole lot more because they getting on the job training. They learning how to survive. They learning how to get money. We can only erase so many obstacles. They got to erase the rest because they on that front line. So you got to make them shine. When they see that hoe, they got to see you. She's a reflection of you. Now back to stacking this money. You get that $4,200. Just say you got a hotel room. You paying $100 a day for that hotel room. That's $3,000 for that month. Okay, that's not even touching that $4,200 because you putting that away. Like I say, okay, like you're only getting $300. $150 you put away. The other $150 that's gonna take care of that hotel room and something to eat. But every day you're gonna make a little bit more. So at the end of the month you got $4,200. You do that 3 months straight. That's 90 days. You got 12 racks. But of course you're not gonna have 12 racks because you're gonna spend something on the broad. You're gonna spend something on yourself. But you're growing. As your money grow, your mind should grow about this game. Because you got to study it. Just like that hoe on the front line, you got to be on the front line. Fucking with other pimps. Ears opening, listen to what they talking about. On the track. Watching how these hoes move. Watching everything around you. Erasing all the obstacles. In this pimp game, you got to do that or you ain't gonna make it. You're not going to make it. If you don't get in the mix and kick with other pimps and listen and let them know that you exist, you ain't gonna make it. You got to build a reputation in this game. You got to build a brand. That brand is you. And that's gonna carry you nationwide and beyond. But you got to study the game. You got to get the game from somewhere. Or you can rough it and learn as you go along. Learn by your mistakes. You can do that. But you got to keep moving. You got to communicate with your fellow comrades. So back to this money. Okay, so here 90 days then went by. In them 90 days, you should have not only stacked at least 10,000, you should at least be to knock one more broad. If you knock a hoe every 3 months, you okay. But to be good at this pimping, you should knock a bitch every other week. Because you're on the track. You in their face. They see you. Don't get hung up on staying in the town too long because you're getting money. You got to venture out. You got to learn this game. You got to test your pimping. You got to kick it with some more pimps and find out where they getting money. And then go there. You've been in this game over a year. You got a bucket. You got a ride. Now, if you've been in this game over a year, you ain't pipped them on some kind of bucket, then you need to go back home and, go back to mom's house. Because this game is about growing. You send this broad every day. Don't spend it all on you. And that's really easy to do in this game. You ain't used to getting money every day. Now you're getting money every day. Every day you on the track. You see other pimps. They sharp and jeweled up. You want to be better than that. You want that too. You want to shine. But you got to slow it down. You got to slow it down. You got to stack. It's coming. You're going to have all that. But you got to position yourself. And the way you position yourself is with a bankroll. That bankroll, that's security. That's security for your pimping. You got to stack. You got to. What if something serious happened? What if the bitch get busted? And you can't get her out. She in the jailhouse. It's a gang of hoes up in there, and they all kicking it, and they steady leaving one by one. But your bitch ain't going nowhere, cause you ain't got the money to bail her out. You know what? That might be your last bitch for a while. She might choose why she up in there. You know why? Cause you wasn't pimping. You wasn't pimping. Sure, you was sending her every day, but you wasn't pimping because you didn't position yourself. Money helps you position yourself. You got to position yourself with, with this hoe. What if this hoe jump the fence? Oh, she jumped the fence and, oh, you broke now? So what you got to do? Go home with your tail between your legs? You ain't been in the game long enough. You don't know how to survive out here. You don't know none of these P's. They ain't going to support you till you come up. Because they probably ain't but one deep anyway. You got to fiend for yourself. You got to put yourself in position. You got to pimp. Pimp is putting yourself in position to grow in this game. You start off here, you start up at the bottom, and you grind yourself to the top. You continue to gain your knowledge of the game, about the game, and you continue to learn knowledge about yourself. You get to know you because you continue thinking on how to make things better, on how to grow, how to reach that goal. Because your plan is to touch the sky. You got to have a plan. Otherwise, you're running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Every day, you should be closer to your goal. And in this pimp game, the way you close every day is keep stacking, keep making moves, keep growing. Otherwise, get out the way. Go home. You got to stack. It's a glorious game. It's a fabulous game. You can spend your money every day. Every dime you get. But you ain't pimping yet. You ain't at that level. Plus you got one broad. It's like your girlfriend. You got to pimp up. Because once she realized that it's only her, that's like some boyfriend or girlfriend shit. And you let that go on too long, and you ain't gonna have no other hoe. Because soon as she come, that insecure bitch, she gonna run her off. And if you ain't stacked up, if you ain't stacked on her and stuck her, when I say stuck her, what I mean is you done stacked on this bitch. Bitch acting funny, talking about leaving. Bitch, you ain't gonna follow your money? You mean you didn't pay me like this and you ready to go? Oh, you gonna go somewhere else and start over? Bitch, ain't nobody gonna paint that picture like me. We going to the top. But you got to stay strong. You got to work at it. But I tell you one thing, if you feel like that's what you gotta do, go ahead on. See, you want to pimp strong enough where you can say that to the bitch. Bitch, fuck you. Get the fuck on. But you got to be in position. So you ain't got to take no sucker shit from the bitch. You got to stack. You got to stack. You can shine, but you still got to stack. So I'm gonna go back to where I started in the beginning. And what I shared was with a $300 a day, bro, in 90 days, you're gonna have 10,000. You're gonna, and in that 90 days, you spending just say $100 a day on that room. That's 3,000 a month. That second month, you take part of that money and go get your apartment. Then you're eliminating that 3,000. Just say you get a spot 1,500. That's an extra 1,500 a month that's going into your stacking. You got to think. Don't just get the money and just don't just get it and just spend it fast as you get it. That's not what the game is about. The pimp game is a stepping stone to your future. You're gonna milk this pimping. You're gonna learn the game. You're gonna stack. You're gonna shine. But you got to believe that you can do this. You got to stay in the game. You got to stay in the mix. You got to stay at pimping 24/7, especially on that hoe. Keep her life exciting. Keep showing her that the game is exciting. Keep showing her that the game is about growing. But don't let her know you stacking. I've never did. Stay a mystery. I know some P's, some pimps, they show they broad, they little stack or whatever. I ain't with that shit right there. Bitch ain't gonna never see how much I got stacked. And she ain't gonna never know where it is. I don't give a damn how long I done had her. Because in reality, I trust me. I know the bitch believe in the pimping and I know she believe in me. But sometimes you don't know what a hoe gonna do. So back to what I said before, you got to keep stacking on that hoe. You got to put yourself in position. Fuck that bitch if she go. I'm stacked. Plus I'm ready for that next bitch that believe in my pimping. You got to stack.